Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, thank you so much for joining. The title of this video pretty much speaks for itself. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about domestic abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, and miscarriage. So this is a verbal trigger warning right here. If you cannot handle those things, I do apologize. It's my own personal experiences of what I went through a few years ago and how I overcame them. So, without further ado, of course, my name is Allie. I'm from Mama Allie. My channel consists of mommy and parenting videos, some DIYs, some cook with me's, a little bit of lifestyle, and a whole bunch of different other things. So if you like those types of videos, please give this a thumbs up. Go subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you get a notification every time I upload a new video. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with today's video. What type of abuse you have in your life or you have had experience, they're all important and none of them are smaller or greater than the other. I myself went through a very hard time a couple of years ago, and it has made my life, I've looked at things a lot differently. It was very rough, and I want to discuss what I went through, how I overcame it, and where I am at today. I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I'm not going to give out too much details for legal purposes. I will not be sharing any names. If any photos do appear up on the screen, I will blur out the person's face just so that I can keep myself protected, and that this is not slander in any way. This is to help inform that this stuff is real. Everybody goes through it, and you are definitely not alone. 2012, I was a senior. I was starting my senior year of high school. I was in a current relationship, and I was at the beach, and I have been talking to this guy off and on for my whole high school career, life, whatever you want to call it. We would talk, he would get a girlfriend, I would stop talking to him, I would be mad, and then when they broke up, we would talk again, and the cycle continued for about 2 or 3 girlfriends, and I was just over it. I was done at this point. I realized this dude's not really into me. You need to stop, stop entertaining the idea of it and just move on. So that's what I did. Anyways, so I decided to drop the relationship that I was in and to pursue this one with this new guy. So when I got home from my trip at the beach in Florida, I live in Arkansas, so I met up with this guy. We talked, and we had a nice little chat, and we decided that we were going to go out on a date. So he took me on our first date, and we did the whole cute little date and all that stuff, yada yada. I'm not going to go into detail. Anyways, it was perfect, and it was everything that I liked. And so on the way back from our date, he said, "Why don't we make this official?" I said, okay, yeah, sure. I was excited. I was like, wow, this guy, he's on the football team. He's really cute. And he wants to date me. Like, I was shy. I was quiet. Every teenage high school girl's dream to date a football player. It just is. So anyway, so we start dating. So we started dating, and it was our senior year. So come October, I fell pregnant. I took a pregnancy test. Sure enough, I was pregnant. And so this was, a big shock. Of course, we were young. We were 16 and 18 or 16 or we were 17 and 18 or 19, whatever, I can't remember. And we were really young, and we were like, what are we going to do? This was just something that was very stressful in our relationship, but it ended up making us really close. So this was October, so come January, I actually had a miscarriage. This was super hard for me. It still is very hard for me, and I ended up losing my baby due to having Rh negative, and my child was, I guess, different or whatever, so my body was fighting it, and I ended up having a D&C and all this. It was a really tough procedure. I almost lost my life. It was very, very scary, and he was there through it all, and it made us love each other even more. So this was in January, and we graduated. We went to our senior prom, and we graduated high school in May. We had planned a trip to go to Disney World. That was his graduation gift, and he wanted me to go with him, of course. So us two went by ourselves, and we had such an amazing and wonderful and magical time. As a matter of fact, on our first day of Disney, he actually proposed to me in front of the Disney Princess Castle, and I'll insert pictures right up here. We come back from Disney, and we're planning our wedding, and I guess we moved things a little bit too fast for his liking, because I started planning. We started doing, like, we went to Bed Bath & Beyond, we went to Walmart, we started our registry, I started buying stuff, I had my dress picked out, and it came to the day before my birthday, the day either of or after I picked out my wedding dress, he cheats on me, and I did not know that. So he ends up texting me the next day and says, hey, I think we need to call things off. I am so starstruck because I never in a million years thought that this guy would ever leave me, and so I was devastated. This started my anxiety. I ended up not being able to sleep by myself. I was 18 years old and having my mom sleep with me. I had to go to the doctor because I would be fine and all of a sudden I would bust out in tears and freaking out over all of this, and it was rough. A couple months go by and he ends up contacting me again. He was like, hey, you know, I messed up. I shouldn't have ever done this. I really want to work things out. I'm like, okay, perfect. You know, this is what I wanted to hear. So, of course, I go back to him. We last for a week. He breaks up with me again. And I'm like, heartbroken all over again. So the last time he comes back to me, he's like, hey, I'm serious this time. And I'm like, look, I'm not in this for game. You're either going to be with me and we're going to have a life together like we have always wanted, or we're going to call things off. And he's like, no, I want to be with you. So we got married. We didn't tell anybody until the day after. It was a spur of the moment thing that I was like, I was just so sad that this guy was my forever. So we go and we get married. Despite all the things that happen in life, my dumb self marries him. So we're married. We're moving in together. We're living together, yada yada. I'm in college. I was doing cosmetology school. I was working part-time. He was working full-time. And we start fighting. And when I say fighting, I mean fighting. He would yell at me in a way that I've never in my life heard this man yell at me, and it would scare me so bad. And our neighbor, we lived in a small little duplex and the walls were super thin. Our neighbor called the cops on us fighting so many times. There were so many times that a cop had to come in and do a well check on me to make sure I was still alive because she said it sounded like he killed me. And he would break all my things. He would throw things at me. There was one time he cornered me up against the wall and had my hand twisted. And he would tell me I was nothing without him. That nobody ever loved me. That whenever he leaves me, I will never find anybody. That he's glad I lost my baby. That there's a whole bunch of horrible and evil and mean stuff. But nobody deserves that. I kept trying to validate why things were happening to me. I kept saying, well, I did this and I did that and this, and I'm even still doing it right now. But at the end of the day, nobody deserves that. So we talked about divorce. We stayed together. We ended up moving in with his grandma, and I find out that he's talking to another girl. And this girl is much younger, still in high school. I think she's only like 16, and here we are 21. So I was so angry, and we were arguing. And his grandma, we moved in with his grandma, and she was like, why are you arguing? Why are you acting like this? And I told her, and I was like, he's not going to be talking to other girls. He's not going to be doing that. And she kicked me out of her house because I was mad at her grandson for cheating. That was just a start. He would always talk about leaving me, and I would get all upset. I would beg him to stay. I was like, no, I'll change. It's me. I'm sorry. I need to be better. I need to calm down for you. I started gaining weight. Dropped out of college. Quit my job. I was eating all the time. I wasn't working. I wasn't cleaning. I wasn't doing anything. And I put on about 50 pounds. And that's a lot in a short amount of time because we weren't even married for 6-7 months. We ended up moving out of his grandma's and we got our own apartment. And in that time, I started complaining about my weight. And I was like, man, I really have to do something. I'm putting on a lot of weight. I was very athletic in school. I played sports. And I would always walk and do exercise at home. So I was like, I've got to do something. So what this guy did was take out all of our food in our house. He took out everything in our house. He took me to Walmart and he made me buy wheat bread, real peanut butter, and pure honey. That was all I was allowed to eat. This guy made me starve. So he lived on a farm. His family did. And when we would go to visit his grandma or his mom or anybody else who lived on that land, he would make me run this farm. And he would chase after me. So I ran like I never ran before. Then I would come home, be forced to do stuff I didn't want to do, and go to bed. And this was my life for about a month until he decided that enough was enough and he left. Now, granted, I had everything in plan to leave him the night before. He got mad at me because we started fighting and I went to my mom and dad about it. He broke my this nice, beautiful picture frame his mother had bought us and slammed it with glass and he threw it on the ground. He broke it. He started drinking a lot. Started talking to more girls who were very, very underage. It was horrible. And I have flashbacks. I suffer from PTSD from it. Like there's so many things I've probably left out that I don't remember. But it's like horrible. So me being petty, wanting revenge, he starts dating this new girl and I get with that girl's ex. Crazy, huh? So at first it was just to make them mad and it ended up being something a lot more than that. As a matter of fact, here we are 5 years later, happily married with a 2.5-year-old little girl. He was my saving grace. And while our marriage and our relationship has been far from perfect, he came in when I needed someone the most. Because I was tired of life. I was tired of living. I didn't want to do it anymore. And he helped put the pieces of my heart together that he didn't even break. And in that time, we grew together. We learned to stop being young and dumb and we gave ourselves such an amazing life. And of course it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. We've had our share of fights. We've both been stupid. But it's perfect for me. And I believed that no one was ever going to love me. And I believed that no matter what I did, I would never find anybody else. That I would never have the family that I wanted so bad. And then here comes Steven. Now, the start of it was stupid. But we grew together. And we learned that through the hurt, the pain that we both went through, that we could help each other. And we did. Just that. I'm so thankful. And I did all this to say that if you're going through domestic abuse, emotional abuse, any type of abuse, you are not alone. That there is some light at the end of the tunnel. And you will get there. You just have to keep pressing on. And you have to keep moving forward no matter how hard it is. Because if I wouldn't have, I would not have this little girl. I would not have my family. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me in my journey. Please continue to grow with me. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Comment down below. And please, if you ever need anyone to talk to, I always put my Instagram handle in the description box. It is pure. It was raw. It came from my heart. And I meant it. I'm always here. Even if I don't know you, I will be there for you. And I'll see you in the next video.